Previously on Natural Dreams Revelation. Any plans for 1996? I got a few in mind. I know I don't stand a chance of her, which is why you want her more. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a night to remember. Same here. And as they begin kissing each other, I wonder what the new year will bring. I guess we're gonna have to find out. What's the short version? Cause you're not going anywhere till you tell your grandmother and I. Let me put it this way. My cousin Oliver, who I thought I could trust, stabbed me in the back in a way I can't forget. Well, at least things can't get any more complicated than they are now. Meanwhile, outside in the front area, two mysterious men got out of the taxi. And as they both look at the entrance of Dryden Park Academy with anticipation. Meanwhile, let's get to one of the popular diners in New York City, mainly the Brooklyn area, called the Lakewood Diner. Let's get inside, where most of the patrons are enjoying their respective meals. While that's happening, let's get to one of the patrons named Gloria Collins, who's sitting at the booth by herself, enjoying her latte. To Maria came to where she is, and as she in turn sat at her booth, which Gloria saw. Somebody got some free time on their hands. I really don't get to why everybody hates my parents. I know my family isn't perfect, it doesn't matter. Nobody is. So what's your new goal for 1996? I just want middle school to end already. Meanwhile, at the Dwight Heights Apartments in Claire and Greg's townhouse in the living room, Claire and Greg are making out on the couch. You know, it's been ages since you and I had the whole townhouse to ourselves. Aren't you on call? Well, that's if the hospital calls. Anyways, I just want some alone time. Besides, we both know why I'm doing that particular job for the matter. Well, since we're both free, perhaps wait. Before we do that, there's something I need to tell you. Meanwhile, in the outskirts of London, England, inside the Dryden Park Academy in Joshua's room, Ashley, John, and Joshua are talking. What exactly do you mean by that? Look, I don't want to ruin your Joshua. You know us fully well by now, trying to escape a conversation isn't futile. Now tell us. Oliver slept with Taylor Winfrey. Dude, I'm sorry about that. So am I. Meanwhile, in Miss Drake's office, Miss Drake, Kyle, and Stefan are talking. Remind me to thank your parents for that generous donation they've done to the school. We do what we can. Yeah, that you do. You two lot must be Kyle and Stefan McKinley. It is incredible to have two new additions to the school. Anyways, I'll show you lot to your room. And as Miss Drake led Kyle and Stefan out of their office. Meanwhile, in Paris, France, at the Goodchamp International Hotel in one of the empty rooms, Gwen and Ricky are lying asleep underneath the covers, with Gwen turning over and leaning on Ricky's chest, just as he woken. And she saw, wow, that was amazing. Yeah? Oh, stop it. I mean, I'm glad we'll be able to do this. Me too. And as Ricky kissed her, a part of me feels when we're together, it just says our troubles are gone. Even now with us in this room. I meant what I said earlier this evening. I'm not letting anyone come between us, ever. It means a lot to me to hear you say that because I am not letting you go. Meanwhile, in the ballroom, as Carol's making an announcement before everyone, with Hannah, Ryan, Karen, Bradley, Isabella, Vince, Lucy, Eric, Carol, Steve, Mildred, and Cole there in attendance. I want to thank each and every one of you for attending this grand annual New Year's celebration. And as we begin our countdown, which is an hour away, why don't we kick off the party with some more music, yeah? And as the crowd applaud, and as the music began, just as Angela and Sean came in holding hands. Damn, I can't believe to start the party, but I like being with you. And as Angela looked at Sean, who saw, I do too. And as they began kissing each other, just as Jan came in and saw what's going on. Seriously? You two need to get a room. And by the way, does your boyfriend Damon Hamilton back at home knows that you're kissing his best mate? And as they pull away and saw Jan there. Nice to see you too, Jan. And also, Sean and I are just posing as a couple. Besides, I'm aware that he has a girl from back at home who happens to be Damon's sister named Courtney. You mind getting us a table? I'll be there in a minute. Alright, don't be long. And as Angela walked away, while Sean is facing his sister Jan. What's going on? I'm fine. I don't buy that at all. I'm not selling it. Either way, I know we're all supposed to have a good old time, but I can't help but wonder. You don't have to worry about that tonight. I'm certain Mimi and Frank are not even here with the matter. Meanwhile, let's get to Hannah, Ryan, Karen, and Bradley who are talking. You know, I think we're so lucky to have raised such good kids. Let's just hope they don't date a Colin kid. I'm all up for that, because that family is nothing but trouble. You can say that again, mate. Let's just hope next year will be a peaceful year without them causing any trouble. I think we should toast to that. Meanwhile, let's get to Isabel and Vince who are talking. You know, I'm so glad the two of us has lasted since grade school. Hopefully we can be happily married like my parents. Maybe we will be. And as Carol came to where they are, excuse me, and as Isabella and Vince saw her, so sorry to bother you too long, but would you mind performing a song? And as Carol looked at Isabella, sure, thank you. I'll let you know when you're up, yeah? Excuse me. And as Carol went and walked away while Isabella and Vince continued to talk. Seems you're really popular around these parts. That means nothing without the people I love by my side. And as they begin kissing each other. Meanwhile, at the Lakewood Diner, Maria and Gloria are talking. Well, as you know, we start high school next year, so we really have to prepare ourselves. Look, we have all the time in the world to get what we want in the end. You seem awfully competent. I'm a Colin. Of course I'm competent. Oi! And as the woman approached to where Maria and Gloria is, why the hell are you here? And as Gloria and Maria saw her, Denise, I don't answer to you. Really now? Care to rethink that? Need I remind you both that you are minors? There's no curfew for us. So why don't we cut to the chase to why we're really here? Meanwhile, at the Drive High Apartments at Claire and Greg's townhouse in the living room, Claire and Greg are talking. What is it? Are you sure it was a good idea to send Gwen and Jan to Paris? I'm a lot more concerned about Gwen than Jan. Really? Because of her boyfriend? You haven't noticed how close they become since they left, yeah? I'm certain she's fine. Besides, I've already had to talk with her around Thanksgiving. And you're just telling me this information now? Unbelievable. I really didn't think it was a big deal. Because it was. And as Greg got up and head towards the stairs. Where are you going? And as Greg stopped and turned and faced Claire. To pack. Because you and I are going to Paris tonight. Meanwhile, in the outskirts of London, England, inside the Dryden Park Academy in Joshua's room, Ashley, John, and Joshua are talking. By the way, I thought Oliver was dating Vanessa Collins. No, it was all a cover so we can sneak around with my girlfriend. Besides, Owen is dating Vanessa. I still to this day don't understand how Vanessa managed to get a scholarship here. You know fully well the reason to why, honey. I'm just still in belief. And how long has this been going? I couldn't get an answer when I confronted them at Christmas, but I have to say, a long while. Hey, it's gonna be okay because you deserve so much better. I agree. Besides, there's plenty of women out there for you, and you have still many years ahead of you. You know what? I'm just gonna focus on my studies and live me life. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to Ashley, John, and Joshua, Taylor Osborne is outside Joshua's door listening. Meanwhile, in Kyle's room, Miss Drake and Kyle came in. And this is your room. Normally this is supposed to be lights out, but since we're on holiday, you can stay up at least an hour after New Year's. Thank you, Miss Drake. Now then, if you or your twin need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Excuse me. And as Miss Drake turned and went and left Kyle's room, just as Kyle went to the window and arrived and looked outside it just as his twin Stefan came in. Mate, what's going on with you? And as Kyle turned and saw Stefan. Meanwhile, in Paris, France, at the Goodsham International Hotel in one of the empty rooms, Ren and Ricky are finished getting dressed for talking. Okay, before we go, I have an idea. What is it? How about I go to the party first, so they won't suspect anything dodgy? Good call. And as Gwen turned and head to the door, but Ricky came and got ahead of her and blocked her. And as they begin kissing each other, and pulled back with Gwen turning and arriving at the door and open it and close it while walking down the hall and arrived at the stairs and went down them, walking past a woman named Vanessa Collins who noticed her. Gwen, where did you come from? And as Gwen stopped and turned and looked at Vanessa, I know your room is on the first floor, and what business of that is yours? Well, it seems to me that you weren't alone from where you came from. And as Gwen turned and keep heading down the stairs. Meanwhile, Ricky came out of the room, and as he headed down the hall and arrived at the elevator and went in, and as he pressed the button and as the door closed, heading down to the first floor. And as it arrived and opened with him heading towards the common room. So suddenly Thomas came and blocked him, which he saw. Mate, what the hell are you playing at? You really don't think I know what you two did. If you value your freedom, then step aside. Sounds like a threat to me. Too bad I'm not going anywhere. Meanwhile, in the ballroom at Angela's table, Angela is waiting. To her sister Isabella came to where she is. Do you mind if I sit here till I perform? And as Angela saw her sister, sure. And as Isabella sat down, actually, I was kind of hoping to talk to you. Is everything alright between you and Damon? Oh yes, Damon is amazing in every way a girl can find. But I feel so bad that Damon has to stay in New York while I'm here in Paris. But me pretend boyfriend Sean assured Damon that he'll look after me. Just like I assured Courtney that nothing is gonna happen between me and Sean. Clearly Damon makes you happy, yeah? And he does. But I think things might be getting too serious between us. Let me give you some advice. When you find that special person, you hold on to them just like I found my special person. I can see how much Vince means to you, just like how much Damon means to you. And since we only have 3 more years of high school, we owe it to ourselves to have as much fun as possible. Meanwhile, let's get Jan and Sean who are talking. You know, I'm not even certain that's true anymore. Meaning, we all should be on guard. Look, I'm not gonna let my little sister worry about this when I should be having fun. You know what? You're right. I'm gonna find our sister Gwen. And as Janet turned went, looking for her, walking past Hannah, Ryan, Karen, and Bradley who were getting their glass of wine while talking. To new beginnings. To new beginnings. To new beginnings. To new beginnings. And as they all clicked their respective glass and began drinking their respective glass of champagne. Meanwhile, in the common room, Jan came out and saw Vanessa sitting in the corner, and as she went to where she is and arrived and found her quietly crying. Vanessa, are you okay? And as Vanessa looked up and saw Jan, and as she got up just as Jan came and hugged her and pulled back. How would one feel after a guy she loved all heart dumps her for somebody else? Damn those Grahams, especially Owen Graham who dumped you. Yeah, and I have a funny feeling I'm not the only one who's hurting, now am I? Meanwhile, at the Lakewood Diner, Denise, Maria, and Gloria are talking. You really want to do this here, where people can see? I don't give a damn about these fools. Look, Gloria, you know when to ask about venturing about. Have you forgotten you're in one of... I don't need a pep talk coming from someone who's just getting paid by my parents. Yeah, you damn right. And they don't pay me to have you go about doing what you want, which means I'm in charge of you. Maybe her, but not me. Yeah, you can do one. I really need some privacy here with Gloria. Well, that's not gonna happen, because the only one that needs to do one is you. Meanwhile, at the Drake High Apartments in Claire and Greg's townhouse, Greg went in his room towards the closet and got his suitcase and whip and placed on the bed just as his wife came in. I just got off the phone to school. Matt and CJ are doing fine. I just hope Grace is doing fine as well. She is. And as Claire went and got a few things together. You know, since we're going there, I think we should take some time to enjoy the view, yeah? I suppose you're right, and then she came back to her husband is. But how are we gonna make that party? Easy. We're taking the private jet. And even though we won't make it, we still go and enjoy the rest of it. Oh, we will. I'll see to that myself. Meanwhile, in the outskirts of London, England, inside the Dryden Park Academy in Josh's room, Ashley, John, and Joshua are talking. I think that is the best choice. I agree, but I don't know. What do you mean? I thought you'd be on board with this sort of thing, and I am. Then what's the problem? Listen, how many people do you think are in this room? That's easy. It's just the three of us talking. Wrong. Taylor, you can come in at any given moment. And it's Josh's turn. Just as Taylor came in, and Ashley, John, and Joshua saw, my sense never fails. Your grandfather and I will be in the kitchen talking with Miss Drake. Please excuse us. And as Ashley and John got up and went and left Joshua's room with Taylor closing the door, and as she faced Joshua, how long have you been there? I came to explain. Why should I believe you at all? When I'm finished telling you the reason, you'll see things much clearer. Meanwhile, Ashley and John are walking down the hall talking. I feel for him. Yeah, I can't believe a member of my family betraying each other. Not on my watch. John, why are we heading in this direction? And as Ashley realized, please tell me you're not. I am. And here we are, and as Ashley and John arrive with John knocking on Oliver's door. Soon the door opens. Happy New Year's. Meanwhile, in Kyle's room, Kyle and Stefan are talking. You remember how we arrived, yeah? I told you I don't want to rehash that. But in reality, we have to, whether you like it or not. You're just gonna have to relax, yeah? This is a new year, we're in a new place, a new beginning, so let's just leave the past alone, yeah? And as Stefan turned and went and left Kyle's room and walked down the hall. Just as Miss Drake came out from next door, hearing everything. Meanwhile, in Paris, France, at the Good Charm International Hotel in the common room, Ricky and Thomas are talking. Look, whatever you're trying to prove, you're wasting your time. How would you know, since you waste no time making love to Gwen? Yeah, I saw you and Gwen head upstairs together, and what my girlfriend and I do is no concern for you, so stay in your lane. Or else what, Graham? And as Thomas came towards Ricky is, I'm warning you, mate, don't push me. You know, money and wealth can't buy love and happiness, and the sooner Gwen sees it, the better she'll be off with me. And as Ricky punched Thomas to the ground. Meanwhile, in the ballroom at Angela's table, Angela and Isabella are talking. Damon and I fell in love before high school, and we still got 3 years ahead. And it seems we're doing fine, which you are. Even though we're freshmen, our perspective is much different. And as Carol came to the table, and Isabella and Angela saw, you ready for me? Yes, I'm about to go introduce you. And as Carol heads to the stage, and as Isabella looked at her sister, let me know what happened with Damon, yeah? Will do. And as Isabella got up and head towards the stage, walking past Karen, Bradley, Hannah, and Ryan who were talking. Well, seems the New Year's less than 30 minutes. For some odd reason, next year's coming kinda slow, honey. That's cause you're thinking about it when you really shouldn't. She's right. Enjoy the night while you still can. Meanwhile, in a common room, Jan and Vanessa are talking. What do you mean? Oh, come on, Jan. I started staring at my brother for quite some time. Yeah? What's your point? If you really like Thomas, then how can I when he's smitten over my sister Gwen? I mean, what has she got that I don't? Nothing compares to you. Tell me, what girl Owen dumped you for? I believe you know her quite well.